I am 28 years old and welcome to my channel. I've been wanting to make a video about ulcerative colitis and ulcerative colitis awareness for a little while now. If you are unfamiliar with me or my channel, I want to welcome you and bring you in with open arms, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. I actually was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis when I was about 17 years old. So I have had it for a long time now. I basically have just wanted to make a video about things to help people kind of get to know about it, to kind of get to answer your questions, and also bring awareness to somebody that might not know about ulcerative colitis or, Crohn's, and basically to help anybody that is working and you have questions, or your boss doesn't really understand, or teachers or anything like that, maybe to help you guys out a little bit to understand what you can do to help people with ulcerative colitis or with Crohn's. So basically I was diagnosed at 17. I had about 75% of my large intestine filled with ulcerative colitis, so basically almost the whole large intestine. I have been on medicines, I have been on all different stuff. Right now I'm having actually a really bad flare-up right now. Not a very bad one, but basically just bad enough where it's definitely stopped me from doing a lot of different things. So, going to the store, going to get something to eat, going to work, right now I'm off on vacation, so it's helping a lot. So, but I basically just wanted to make a video. I'm sorry for continually babbling, but yes, I was diagnosed at 17. A lot of different struggles that I've had is places I've worked, they don't really seem to understand what you need and what kind of accommodations you could use for having ulcerative colitis. So I would say for people like a boss or a teacher or something, make a plan with a student or make a plan with your, coworker, to help them and give them chance to use the bathroom, because it is very uncomfortable when you are flaring and you need to use the bathroom, or you're a student, you're in class, and you have to raise your hand and kind of ask that teacher, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, or you don't want to make it obvious, and it hurts when your stomach really has to go, and to do something like that is just one of the hardest things, and it's really difficult to feel comfortable to ask. So I would say if you are a teacher, I definitely recommend making a plan with a student and finding out that they have ulcerative colitis or they have Crohn's, and kind of give them like a little bit of leeway when it comes to needing to go to the bathroom. They're not doing it to sit in class to hunch over. They don't want to feel uncomfortable. They don't want to, have to raise their hand to go to the bathroom. They want to be able to just go. They don't want to feel like they have to raise their hand to go to the bathroom. Who wants to do that? You know how it is when you have your period, or you have a stomach ache, or you're having, just pain. Imagine being on your period and having cramps and having it much worse than that. That's what ulcerative colitis is. It's very similar. It's an autoimmune condition, basically, where your body attacks itself. And it's not really caused by food. People misunderstand that all the time. It's not by something that you eat. Certain things, yes, can make it upset by what you eat, but by something that you eat is not causing it to act out. That's something my mom has never understood, and I've had it since I was 17, and I'm 28. So you guys can do the math. But basically, yeah, what I was saying is, if you're a teacher and you have your student in the classroom and your student needs to go to the bathroom, I think that you should discuss with them when they're flaring, and I think they should feel comfortable to come up to you when they're flaring and be able to let you know, hey, I might need to use the bathroom a little bit more today because I'm having a really hard time. And I wanted you guys to understand it is one of the hardest things when you have a flare. Because we can go all the time. We can go several years without having any flare up at all. But when you're having a flare and you really need to go to the bathroom, it's really hard to ask somebody that you need to go to the bathroom. And if you make that plan with that student can say, they feel comfortable because they have that teacher and that teacher understands. I am a teacher myself. I work at a daycare, and I will tell you it is very hard when you're working with kids and you're by yourself, especially. That's probably one of the things I get the most frustrated about, is when I work by myself and I flare a bunch of times, and I'm not a person that's going to go up to my boss and be like, hey, I'm flaring, like, I need somebody with me all the time. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm very, like, strong-minded and strong-headed that sometimes I don't want to say something about me flaring. I don't feel like I should have to. I don't feel like I should have to tell you about my appointments, because that's personal. That's something that should be able to feel like I can keep to myself. But I will say, make a plan to let somebody know you're flaring. So yes, I probably should take my own advice, but if you're a teacher, make a plan with your student to let them know that it is okay for them to use the bathroom, because that is something that can be very difficult for somebody. I remember being in high school when I first started having ulcerative colitis, and I was having a flare, and I was in the bathroom for probably about 2 hours, and I missed one of my classes. And I remember one of my teachers was like, Jen, where are you? Where were you at? And I said, I was in the bathroom. I was having a really hard time. And they said, well, why were you in the bathroom so long? You know, you missed one of your classes, and I can't write you a note. And I had explained to the teacher, when I shouldn't have had to, that I have ulcerative colitis. And I was having really a lot of stomach issues. And I'm a person, I get really bad menstrual cycles too. And they get very intense. Ever since I've had a baby, it's not been as bad, but I would definitely say, you know, once the teacher kind of understood more, she worked with me. And ever since then, when I was in high school, she did work with me a lot. But to have a student, I would say please make them feel as much comfortable as they can. I'm not a big person to speak out about ulcerative colitis, but I've had feelings about it a lot, about just being scared. What if, you know, in the future I have, you know, cancer? What if, you know, something happens and I'm not prepared for it? You know, you have medicine and you have all these things that are scary. I have hyperthyroidism, so I have other things in my throat. People used to wonder, why are you so skinny? Well, it's because I have all the different issues going on. So if you see somebody skinny, don't assume that they're just skinny to be skinny. They might have different things going on that you don't understand. And it's not okay to ask them about it unless they feel comfortable. But I would definitely explain to a teacher, please be open-minded to somebody that has ulcerative colitis. So if they come in late, maybe just say, hey, like, you know, are you kind of having a flare? But don't do it in front of everybody, because it's very embarrassing. Maybe, you know, if you're a student and you have ulcerative colitis, college, high school, middle school, elementary school, let your teacher know, hey, or if you don't want to say it and you're comfortable like I am, maybe tell your mom and your dad, just say, hey, can you let the teacher know, like, it's kind of that time I'm having that flare. And maybe even have a doctor's note, you know, just say, hey, like, the doctor wrote me this note to let you know I'm having a flare. But you shouldn't feel like you have to write a doctor's note. Shouldn't have to have a doctor's note. The doctor shouldn't have to write it when you're having a flare. It's very difficult to get the doctor's note sometimes because you're having that flare and you can't get off the couch. So my advice is, if you're a teacher, please be open-minded. Work with your student, talk with your student, let your student know that it is okay that they're having a flare, and that you understand that they're having a flare, and that you're there for them. And maybe make like a little signal, like they wink at you, like, hey, like, I'm having that flare, you know, I need to use the bathroom. Or, you know, they kind of look at you and they're like, you know, and they can kind of give you signs that they need to use the bathroom, instead of them just having to be like, you know, you don't want them to be that kid in class that they're like, Johnny has to go potty again. Ooh, you know those kids in class, like, they're ridiculous. And don't do it for attention, guys. Like, don't be mean to somebody who has ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, because it's a really hard disease to go through. And it's really hard and difficult for people that don't understand it, and you have to explain it to them all the time. I know firsthand. And for a boss, I would definitely say, try to be open-minded, try to work with your employee, try to understand that if I'm somebody that calls in sick, me specifically, I don't call in sick to call in sick. If I do, it's because I'm sick. It's because I'm having a flare. It's because I don't feel good. I get sick a lot. Guys, I'm gonna cry. I am somebody that has a very weak immune system, and so I get sick a lot. I get sick probably more than most people should. I work in a daycare though, so I pick up all those germs. And on top of that, I have ulcerative colitis. So I have flares, I have stomach problems, I have a lot of different things going on that people don't understand. But I would say, if you're somebody like me, try working with your boss and see if there's a way that you guys can figure out a plan. Like, hey, the bathroom is nearby, let's just make sure you have access to that bathroom, because there's so many times that I have to go and I don't see anything. And it's not smart for me to do that. But I don't want you to be like me, and I want you to be somebody that speaks out, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. Hey, can you help me out? Hey, I'm having a really hard time. I'm going to need some extra help. And that's something that is probably one of the hardest things, is when you have to ask for help. And if you're somebody like me and you just want to do it, I'm a very, very sensitive person, guys. I can cry just seeing a commercial. I'm a very sensitive person. I have a lot of different things going on, and it's really difficult when you can't talk to anybody about it, when you don't really feel like you have a lot of people to discuss it with, because they don't know what you're feeling or how you're feeling. Having hyperthyroidism, I didn't find that out until I got pregnant. Now I have ulcerative colitis. I was born with multicystic kidney. I have one functioning kidney, so I have cysts all around my one kidney, and my other kidney works. So the one kidney is inside of me, but it doesn't function. People think it's polycystic kidney, which is a whole nother thing. Mine is multicystic kidney, so it means I have cysts all around my one kidney. My other kidney works. So if my other kidney failed, I would be in serious trouble. I can't ride horses, I can't play sports, I can't do a lot of different things. So basically what I'm saying is, I'm not looking for a pity party, but I'm basically trying to put out awareness to people that have or know somebody with ulcerative colitis or Crohn's. And I know a lot of people that have gone through Crohn's. I know somebody that has had surgery to get rid of Crohn's, that has had the J pouch. I know somebody that's still suffering from it. I know some people like me that I will let you guys know my ulcerative colitis is probably down to about 25-15%. So I am doing really, really well. I'm still having flares, but my disease does tend to go up. So there's times that it could be at 55%. This past year, I was at 75 when I first started. It went down to 15. It went back up to 25, went down to 10, went back up to 45, went down to 30, went back up to 55%, and then now it's back down to 25 to 15. So you can tell that it goes up and down, and ulcers are all through my large intestine, even where the area that has healed is not there right now. So I'm basically just trying to put out there about my story and to let you guys know about awareness. If you do have questions, I want you to feel comfortable to ask. Leave me comments in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.